Oh. Shalom, Havadim. How is everybody doing after that amazing live stream last night? I'm still in just wow. Even though I had heard most of the story from Alan, it was still so amazing to hear him speak on it in great detail. So I guess, you know, this video will just be a recap of last night, an encouragement for you, and a reminder of what Abba had on my heart. Just looking through the chat of the live stream, and what I feel the Ruach really wants me to remind you all. So first, let me just say this, and receive it, because it's not of me, but it is an encouragement to us all. You know, caregiver, when she is holding the basket, she has multiple jobs. She's holding the basket for Alan. She is the liaison with the questions and the answering portion. The questions that we have, she's the liaison, the assistant to Alan, giving him that. So she manages that. She's managing the chat. She's trying to also, a lot of times you guys see, she'll be in the chat, sometimes answering questions as well, because she knows that if these are things that Alan has already been over, or if there's a video out there that she can point you to that can explain it better than she can, or even better than sometimes Alan can in the live stream, because on these videos, these could be 20, 40, I think he even has some videos out there that might be almost an hour long, I know, in his Genesis study. In those cases, it's beneficial for us all to get that cyclical teaching, as the word in numerous scriptures reminds us that we need. This goes back to the chewing of the cud. You know, often I'm watching a video of Hanuz or anyone. I might go back and recap one of my videos, and then in the recommended section, I'll see a video of Alan's, and I'll go back, even though I know I've watched that 5, 6, probably 10, 15 times over the past few years. I go back and watch it again, and every time I do that, every single time, Abba always gives me something new. You know, our discoveries in the word are everlasting until we go home to the Shamayim, and until the Adon, till Yeshua lets us know every jot and tittle, everything, even the lines that we don't see, even the oaths of the odiot that no one has ever seen in thousands of years in our fleshly state. But when we get into our glorified bodies in the Shamayim, the Adon will explain all of those things. That must have been the Ruach, because I don't know why I don't know where all that came from. But the point is, you know, when we're in the chat, we have to just kind of be mindful of that. And then we have a lot of newcomers too. And when they put a question in the chat, if it's QQQ, let us, as seasoned members of the Mishpachah, let us just be mindful that they're putting that QQQ because they want to really know, they want to really, you know, receive an answer. And trust me, if someone is putting a QQQ, Abba has sent them there because he is trusting that they will receive what Alan and caregiver, because they are the host and the moderator of that channel, Abba sent them there because he is trusting that they will receive what he's going to give them through Alan or caregiver, specifically Alan. So it's our responsibility, I believe, as seasoned mishpacha and as people that are regular viewers of the live stream, let's kind of just chill out. Let's just chill a little bit on responding to the questions so that there, you know, I'm not going to say there's any confusion, because there's not. I haven't seen any confusion in the chat. However, let them receive, you know, what they need to receive from Alan. Now, I'm not saying we can't. No, I'm not saying we can't or we shouldn't fellowship with them, of course. But if they have an answer and it seems pretty in-depth, let's maybe wait. Let's see, you know, let's wait for caregiver to receive that, give it to Alan, you know, because that's really who they're asking, you know. So that's just some food for thought, you know. Chew on that cud. Pray about it to Elohim. And I get it. I've done it. I'm guilty of it too. We get so excited. I know I do. We get so excited in the chat, especially last night, because we were like, oh, Alan's back. We just want to hear what he has to say. Oh, we were just so excited to have our shepherd, you know, back. And it was absolutely beautiful. Another thing, you know, is every single week, you know, let's keep it real. Every single week we come on the live, and more often than not, caregiver is gonna have some technical issues with the echoing. Now, is it really beneficial for us to constantly stab and jab at that problem that she's already aware of? Nope, it's not. We know, I mean, a lot of you out there, you guys are smarter than I am. And I know I come in there, I'm expecting I'm going to hear an echo. But guess what? Who cares? Like, you know, we have to remember that Hashatan, these are the last seconds of the last seconds before we are out of here. Hashatan, any simple thing that he can do, that he can go back to Yahweh and say, look, they're in there. They're supposed to be paying attention to the live stream. They get so distracted by an echo. Look what I mean, come on. You know, it's like, yes, there's an echo. We get it. It will get handled or not. But the time that you've taken, or that someone has taken to constantly, you know, I saw chat after chat after chat, echoing, you're echoing. First of all, it's irritating. Secondly, just think you might have missed something of importance in that moment, that you were consumed with this echoing sound. It was you let it be a bothersome irritation to you, and it shouldn't have been. Because yes, it's echoing. Yes, it can be a little irritating, but guess what? Alan wasn't echoing, and that's who you need to be, and that's who we, not you, but we all should be paying attention to that message so that we don't miss anything, you know? And it's just important not to let Hashatan get that even tiny bit of satisfaction of knowing that he can get you that easily distracted by an echo. Now, yes, Alan and caregiver, they were trying to work it out. Let them work it out. This is, you know, their channel. Again, they're the host and the moderator. So they'll work it out. But if not, is that going to stop you from receiving the message? It shouldn't. And yes, you can go back the night before. You can go back the night before, or you can go back the next day and watch it. But there's nothing like receiving that. It's nothing like receiving it live. You know, I hate when I miss a live stream. I hate it, because I know that Ahad live, the feeling of that live fellowship, there's nothing like it. It's just a difference in my life, and I'm sure you can attest to that too. So anyway, those are just things to chew on, you know, regurgitate that, chew on that cud, get the nutrients from that, and just let's try to remember that for next week's live stream, you know. And not only that, what the Ruach is telling me now is that not only have we made it a bothersome irritation, but we've also stepped outside of our place now, and we've distracted caregiver from doing her job, because now she's focused on trying to, oh, I've become an irritant and a bothersome worry for the live stream with this echoing. What can I do? So now she's not focused on her job, what she's supposed to be doing, which is carrying that service of that basket of service for us, for Alan, for the Adon, for Elohim, Yeshua, Yahweh, and the Ruach HaKodesh. So we just have to be careful, little things like that. You know, and this is just coming from a girl who's been a witness to allowing small distractions that are not a problem become a problem, you know. And I know some, you know, might be thinking, or some might say, well, that's really minor for you to be focusing on. But listen, why even give Satan that small bit of satisfaction? He's, you know, he should be a non-factor. Let's focus on the light. Seriously. So I also wanted to mention how, everything that the live stream, every message that was given in the live stream was absolutely on point, like it always is. But one thing a resounding amen and hallelujah was when Alan talked about not focusing or not giving any entertaining thoughts, speech, conversation, will, anything to darkness. You know, not only is that the word, but it's also very true. I think I had said in a few videos when I gave you all just a little bit of my testimony about how most of my life I have not only been demonically attacked, but I've seen dark entities before I accepted my deliverance and called on the Father to help me out loud. It's very rare that I will speak in detail on that, because I don't want to give so much emphasis and give credit to the darkness. Now, but what I will give credit to is the Father, Yahweh, my Elohim, who brought me through. He esteems everything in his name is esteemed. His name is esteemed, you know, because of what he brought me through, of what he brought you through, you know. When you were at your last, when you thought that your life couldn't get any worse, you know, because that's our flesh, that's our thinking outside of the will of Elohim, outside of being washed by and growing in his word, you know. He brings you through. Nothing is ever, and that's the thing that I have to remind myself this morning when I was talking to the Father, you know, in my regular, you might say, my ritualistic appointment that I make with the Father every morning. I was talking to him about this very thing. Problems are not problems to him. They're not problems. Problems are petitions when we go to the Father. We're just petitioning him to keep us balanced and guide us to get through this life. They're really not problems. You know, we go to him, and Yahweh is really like, oh, okay, it's done. She came to me, she kept me first. Moving on. We go to him and we remind him of things that we go through, and we thank him for leading us into the light, keeping us in the light as we're walking that path. As we're walking that path with the darkness on the sides of us, but in front of us, we're keeping our eyes on the light. And it's growing and growing and growing as we get closer and closer and closer to the door. That's what we focus on, you know. looking to the left, looking to the right. Nope, we want to stay on that compressed, narrow path. You know, looking towards the light. And with each step, it gets brighter and brighter because we're not focusing on anything, any distractions to the dark of us, the thick jungle and weeds, and we can't see past the trees. Nope. When we're walking that path, we see straight ahead. You know, we can see what's in front of us. And there might be some steps leading up, never leading down, because we're not going down, we're going up. Leading home, leading to the light of home. And so, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing. You know, on this channel, it's not about me. I don't boast on Vanessa. You know, I don't brag on Vanessa. I just esteem what he's done for me. And through me, what he wants you to learn. And what he wants to do through you to get to someone else. I want to keep you encouraged because it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about the Father and what matters to him. And if it matters to him, if you say you love him, it should matter to you. And if it matters to Yahweh and it doesn't matter to you, that's an issue you need to take up with him. You know? So, anyway, again, the live stream was absolutely beautiful. I was so good. I completely thought I was going to be talking about something else. What, about 10 minutes ago, but I didn't. But anyway, I hope that this was an encouragement to you and that you have received what he wanted you to receive from this message and from my witness and from my encouragement. And let's continue to fellowship together and, like Alan said, to give each other hugs, whether it's in person or virtual, because where two or more are gathered, he is there. Yeshua is there, which means that Yahweh is there and the Ruach is here. This is the day that our mighty Abba Yahweh, our Elohim, has made. Let us rejoice in the beautiful Hedwa of it. Until the next one, you all, I love you. Shalom.